What's going on, guys? I'm Jay the Black. Shout out to everyone that's tuning in. I want to talk about Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy is going to be paying his baby mother, Mel B, aka Scary Spice, an extra $10,000 on the $25,000 of child support he was paying every month. So she got an increase in child support due to her financial situation, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. And I don't know if this was a UK court. We're going to get into the article. I don't know if it was a UK court or an American court, but I never understand how child support can be used to fund these women's lifestyles and to pay their bills. Scary Spice has other children. So that $35,000 a month is not just going to that one child. It's going to take care of all of her children that she has. And these courts they do this. They're like rewarding women for practically not being able to make as much money as men. And no, it has nothing to do with gender. It has everything to do with the fact that because you're a rich and successful man like Eddie Murphy, that you're supposed to take care of a woman that you never really even date, if we were honest. Yeah, they dated a little bit, but they weren't really in like a relationship. And she ended up with another man right after that, who she was with for a while, who I believe she has children by. So that $35,000 to me is a way to say, hey, you're not with this woman, but this woman should live good just like you. And it's like child support should not be for rewarding women for having children by rich men. Child support should be for taking care of a child between two consenting adults who had unprotected relations and have agreed to take care of said child. Now, either Eddie Murphy, because I don't know if he's contesting this, because he's agreeing to this increase. Because I don't know if it's because he really loves this young girl. She's 15 and she looks just like him, by the way. And he feels like, you know what, I want to pay more, but we don't even know if that money's going to her. Because Mel B has other children. So that money ain't just going to be for his daughter. That money is going to be for the other ones and definitely Mel B as well. This is why you don't have children with somebody that you're not, going to be with long term. And if you don't have your finances together, we are in a society where all these women talk about how successful they are, how they're strong and independent and they don't need a man, but they need that man's money. Mel B wants that man's money, but she'll probably tell you whenever she gets the chance that she's a strong, independent woman that doesn't need a man. But you need his child support. It is absolutely atrocious that these women are allowed to get away with this. In a society where they complain about, wanting to have the same opportunities as men, but you still go to court and you fight for that man's money. How are you going to compete with men, but you go to court fighting to desperately get those men to pay you? You see, women are fake womanists. They're fake strong and they're fake independent. They will always need a man. Always need a man. And this situation to me just shows you why you need to be very careful who you have children by. Now, again, Eddie Murphy had a child with her, so therefore he should step up and take care of his responsibilities. But to me, just to me, $35,000 a month is unacceptable. For one child who's 15 years old, by the way, who's a teenager, $35,000. Is the money going into a trust? Is the money being saved? Is a portion of that money being saved for when she turns 18 and is going to pay for her college? Because I guarantee you she's going to be looking at Eddie to pay for her to go to college. Let's get into this article from metro.co.uk. Eddie Murphy agrees to pay Mel B an extra $10,000 in child support for a 15-year-old daughter after singer's income dramatically reduced. Y'all see what I'm saying? Y'all wonder why men say what we say about child support, right? How it's basically a racket. Okay, the child support is a racket. That's all it is. it's a way to siphon resources and money from successful men, right? And give it to heifers that don't have the creativity and the willpower to go out and get it on their own. Eddie Murphy has agreed to pay Melanie Brown, known as Mel B, more child support for their daughter after the Spice Girl requested more financial assistance. So this man is basically a bank to her, man. That's what we are as men. We're basically seed donors and financial donors to these women. Murphy dated Brown for 9 months, with their romance ending in 2006 and resulting in the birth of their daughter, Angel Iris Murphy Brown, who is now 15. It is reported that did Eddie Murphy agree to pay because he knows that she's going to be 18 in a couple of years and he won't have to deal with Mel B anymore. It is reported the actor will now pay $35,000 in monthly child support to Mel, which is an increase of $10,000 from what he was previously paying. Up until now, Murphy has paid $25,000 a month, which totals $300,000 a year, Lord, in child support. There are college educated professionals who don't even make $300,000 a year. And she's getting $300,000 a month in child support. An arrangement which was put in place following their paternity battle in 2009. Eddie must have made a ton of money, not only through his career, but I'm sure he's produced a lot of films as well. So he's probably getting that money, those residuals every month. But damn, Eddie got a lot of children. I don't know. I believe he has a lot of children that are adults now. I don't know how many of them are minors and if he's still paying support for them. But that's a lot of money that's probably been paid out. But according to court documents seen by the Daily Mail, the parent have agreed to a new child support arrangement after Brown cited a change in her own income. Murphy has been identified in the filing as an extraordinarily high earner, hence the extra $10,000. Let me tell you, this is why men are supremely important in our society. You heifers wouldn't be able to pay your bills if it wasn't for the fact that you have children by men who are successful. So when you see women get on social media and talk crazy to men, just understand that she's probably getting funded by her baby's father, who probably makes more money than her, but they get online and they bash men all the time. The new payment amount will begin in October 2021 and should be continued until Angel turns 18. The parties agreed that respondent Murphy is an extraordinarily high earner. The documents state the amount of child support set forth herein below has been calculated based on the reasonable needs of the minor child. Reasonable needs? So what is a 15-year-old going to spend $35,000 a month on? Papers continue. Commencing October 1st, 2021, and for child support for benefit of Angel, respondent shall pay to petitioner a sum of $35,000 per month. Child support shall be payable via wire transfer and shall be due on the first calendar day of each month. The filing does state, though, that Brown is responsible for any add-on costs which might include education expenses, health care, and extracurricular activities. So basically, what I'm thinking is why Eddie would agree to this is because she's going to have to take care of the education expenses, and she's going to have to take care of the health care and the extracurricular activities. So if I was Eddie's lawyers, every month or at least a couple times throughout the year, I will make sure that that's exactly what she is doing with that money. Because depending on what school the 15-year-old is going to, if she's going to a private schools cost a lot of money. Healthcare and extracurricular activities. So they need to check in and see if she's still doing that. Pop star Brown first filed the paper requesting more financial assistance back in October 2020. saying her personal income had dramatically reduced. How many of y'all want to bet that her money is probably going to increase over the next couple of years? That at the time, because of the pandemic and the lockdowns, that's why her financial situation had decreased. But I bet you her situation has probably gotten better, but she's not going to say anything. Until recently, Melanie has been fortunate in her career to sustain a comfortable lifestyle for herself and Angel, the papers read. Unfortunately, Melanie's income has dramatically reduced, such that she must consider modifying child support for the first time. The new agreement is a non-guideline child support order, meaning a material change of circumstances is not required for modification. Angel is one of 3 siblings, as Brown is also the mother of Phoenix, 23, and youngest Madison, 11. That's who she's going to be spending that money on as well. The paternity test was required following Angel's birth, with a court-ordered DNA test later confirming that Murphy was indeed the father. That's why I don't buy that they were in a relationship for 9 months. That man didn't even think he was the father of her child. They were messing around for 9 months, but I don't think they were in a relationship. That's why he was denying that child. At the time, after admitting paternity, Murphy indicated that he and his ex Brown had reached a paternity settlement of $7 million. Y'all see that? Paternity settlement of $7 million. Oh my God, man. Murphy just giving out money. That is crazy. A paternity settlement of $7 million. She just been getting money. What she got on Eddie, man? What does she have on Eddie, man? What? Gotta have something on Eddie for Eddie just to be forking over money, man. But I know Eddie's probably like, well, she'll be 18 in a couple of years. I'll just, sweat it out. But you should never have to be in that situation, man. Get you some tougher lawyers, man. $35,000. You know what's crazy? 50 Cent's son said that $6,700 a month wasn't enough for him because they live in New York and the cost of living and those things. You can always have moved to your mother could have always moved to a different state. It's up to the mother who has primary custody to make sure that your life is comfortable, not your father. Okay, especially if he's paying child support. I think to me, $6,700, especially if you come from a poor or lower end middle class type life, growing up, $6,700 can do a whole lot for you if you manage your money properly and not living beyond your means. A lot of these women like Mel B are probably living beyond their means. There's allegations that, she's, delved in, usage. I'm not gonna get into it. Y'all can go and do the research. But I just find it interesting how Eddie is just like capitulating and saying, of course, you want an increase? Okay, I'll give you an increase. Give you 10,000 increase. But Eddie got to understand something. Once you do this, she'll try to go back to court and get more. She will try to go to court and get more. So hopefully you have something in place that, would stop that. Even though these courts don't care, if they can milk a man out of his money, they will do so. And that's exactly what's going on, unfortunately, with Eddie Murphy. But the only bright spot about this is that they have a 15-year-old, and once that 15-year-old has become 18, the faucet is turned off, the ATM is no longer in use, and she will no longer be able to go to court to get any more money out of Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy is just waiting until his daughter turns 18, and then that's it for the payments. And then she'll probably go and live closer to him. So let me stay in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Like this video and share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And I'll see y'all on the next video.